All right, good morning. Wah! It'd be great if I wasn't dropping everything. My hands. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Why is this? Don't know why. So, we're gonna try to use up the last of the illy here, and we're gonna do this Moka pot thing again. Hopefully I've got enough. I don't, do I? Just enough beans. Just enough beans to hit the 30 I want. Thank you, illy. You have served me well, and I love this tin. It's great. And just before its birthday. Congratulations. So, we're gonna do this Moka pot thing again. I've got my sugar. Got a cup. I'm gonna do a couple different things. One, I'm gonna take it low and slow rather than blasting it with heat. I think that made everything go through way too fast. It was completely under extracted, and there was really no full richness. Also, I'm going to try to use that minimum amount that I saw them using in the beginning of that, which I will link again because I think it's fascinating to watch other people do this sort of a thing, and encourage everyone to go seeking out videos of their hobbies, like coffee. YouTube, Instagram. Instagram's a great source for finding weird things. Somebody was putting oranges in coffee, which we discovered, I think a while ago. There was a Terry's chocolate orange-ish coffee that tastes amazing, and you know, it's really great around the Christmas time. I don't know if Bones Coffee still has it or not, but this is all washed out and ready to go. I need to add water. We're going to put this in our grinder, and we're going to make some very fine coffee. I may even try to go just a little bit finer, just a skosh, which is a unit of measurement, a skosh. If you see that in a recipe list, get really angry because they should have used an actual measurement. Now this is a medium, and by that I mean it's a Columbia, which in the scale of nut to 10, it is a 4 nut. So it should be very proud of itself. It's got fruit notes in it. We'll see how that benefits or detracts or makes everyone upset. Okay, I filled up my vessel up to just under the relief valve as per everyone else's instructions. It's such a great smelling coffee. Just as coffees go, the way, you know, just nice, solid, here's a cup of coffee without any additives in it, you know, like the Bone stuff. A great cup of coffee, and I think that that's a really good, it's not espresso fine, I don't think. Someday I will have to get a new grinder that does espresso so I can see how that compares to the finest setting on this device. And I'm going to even it out. I'm going to lose a little coffee around the edges, but that's fine. I would almost say this is a Folgers dissolving coffee powdery consistency. Obviously, it's not going to dissolve in water, but I would say that that's about the powder consistency that I've gotten here with this wonderful illy coffee. We are here. We are coffee. Get used to it. So we're going to do this, like I said, again, we're going to go low and slow. We're going to take it to the limit one more time. And I'm going to watch it like a hawk. And then once it starts with the very first drop, just like they say in the video, I'm going to add it to my sugar, like 2 drops, 3 drops, and then I'm going to see how that consistency goes, and then I'm going to maybe stir it up a little bit more. But I'm glad that I got the sugar. So we're going to start this. I'm going to take it down to medium, give it a nice medium heat, and then I'll put some scoops of sugar in here. Last night, the wind was terrible, and I don't mean the wind from the ham loaf that we had. The outside wind was terrible. It blows like this, like December and January. It's like the west wind, the wind coming from out the westerly direction, heading east, that wind. It's so strong, and it just hits the house because we've got this really big flat area. I'm going to do 2 cups of coffee, so I'm going to try to do 2 tablespoons worth of sugar here. I'm going to see how that works out. It was just blowing and blowing. The wind was just blowing, and then flooding is happening in lots of different places, which is a bummer. My poor parents down in southeastern Ohio, we have a creek, the Little Muskingum, that runs a good distance from Lake Marietta way past their house and to the north. It's flooding, as it is wont to do when there's a strong rain. Not only the rain hitting that Ohio Valley area, but the flowing in from creeks and from hills and from the sides of everything, people's houses and that kind of thing, just flowing down into the aquifer and then into the creek itself in some places. Just devastating. People have, over the past 150 years, learned not to build anything close to the river unless it's on some kind of stilts. And then the stilts need to be anchored about 20 feet into the ground, because the water between the creek and the Ohio River, it just takes swaths of dirt. And on top of that, a lot of the road heading towards my parents' house that follows that creek is elevated. The road is, so the water, when it comes up, will find nooks and crannies and eat away at underneath the road. So the road will sink. So there'll be cracks in the road everywhere. It's an absolute mess after a prolonged rain. And you get low spots where the creek comes over and will flood up to 5-6 feet. You'll get high spots that the water has dug out from underneath, and you'll have slippage underneath it. They've done their best to drive pylons down, but the pylons only go down so far to hold the road back and the dirt in, and the pylons wash away because the water is just so devastatingly fast, and it just eats away at the very soft soil and limestone that's underneath everything. You get down to a certain point and it's all granite, but you got to get down to that certain point. And it's got a ways to go before it'll hit that. And they keep shoving dirt into certain places to try to keep it level and then repave. And then 2 seasons go by and the road will fall away again. So it is a mess in that area. So move there. That's what I'm saying. You'd be best if you just moved there and, enjoy the isolation half the time. But yeah, there are ways for them to get to town. They are all back roads, many of which are now paved, which is, to me, is kind of sad. It's weird to say that. It seems like progress we should be happy about, and the majority of progress I am happy about. But selfishly, driving out those dirt roads for the majority of my life is great fun, because it's all dirt and gravel. And Dad loves to complain about the dust that would come up, because before, I don't think it's been 5 years since they've paved the road leading up to my parents' house. And my grandfather lived a football field away, and I think they paved strips in front of houses to keep the dust down. And they did that in front of Granddad's house just before he died in like 1991 or something like that. They would just put dust strips down in front of the houses, and it was decent pavement that lasted quite a long time. But in between the houses was just a quarter mile, half mile, in some cases 3 or 4 mile patches of just dirt and gravel that they had to take a large grader out, which is like a 6-wheeled vehicle. You sit up top, and then there's a shovel that you can pivot, that they pivot, and it'll direct the dirt and gravel to go where it goes as it runs over top of it. If you're not familiar with that kind of a thing, some people might not be. And it's just, it was, you know, we had a pattern. You know, we knew when things were going to happen. We knew what to look out for. We knew what time of year people got the county got its money and whatnot, the township. You know, and it's just, it was like clockwork, and now they've paved the roads. So how are we going to be able to tell time out there? Ooh, I hear a perk. I hear a percolating. Okay, so we're going to try to do this the right way. I think I've got enough sugar in there. I've got my cup. I don't know if I should have 2 cups. Okay, so the first couple of drops are important. So I'm going to just, there. So it should just become a little foamy. I'm going to turn that off. The first couple of drops, they say, is okay, so I didn't put enough in there. So I need just a little bit more. And then we'll open up the top back up, and we'll check on how much coffee's come out, and then we will, turn it back on if necessary. Yeah, I just need to just keep adding just little bits of coffee at a time. There we go, until we get to that foamy consistency they talk about. I think we're almost getting there. I think this is so much better than yesterday. Yeah, look at that. I think that's the consistency that we're kind of looking for here. Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah. I did a Kool-Aid Man and Macho Man at the same time. I think that's about the consistency that we're looking for right there. Wow, very cool. All right, so let's check inside here. We are still kind of, let me put it down low. Look how dark. Now see, yesterday, it was not nearly as dark. So I did almost everything wrong. That is so dark and amazing. Yesterday, it was a little bit lighter brown than that, much lighter brown than that. So we've got some wonderful coffee here. And we're going to have our espuma. I think that's how it was pronounced. Look at that. Look how cool that is. I don't know if I should add, okay, we're done. We've hit it. I'm going to close it up. Yeah, look at that. That's so much more colorful. I'm going to get another spoon because I'm going to do the cleaning up anyway, and I'm going to give that bottom a stir to get all that good coffee off the bottom. Oh, this is exciting. I think I did this right, guys and gals and non-binary friends. I think I did this right. I don't want to step on Kenji Lopez's toes, even though I'm sure he gets millions of views, and I get all of the views that I like because I love the people that watch my stuff. So this is supposed to be at least for 2 cups of coffee. I think I have a 2-cupper here. So I think we just spoon this out into the bottom here. Espuma, I think, is how it's pronounced. We're going to spoon this out in the bottom. I think that consistency is the way it should be. And I think I got the right sugar for the job. So here we go. We've got this. This is very exciting. And then I'm going to add some coffee. Not too much. Just enough. There we go. And we're going to stir this. And it's nice and foamy. Oh, that's so nice and foamy. Look at that. This is a Cubano coffee. I'm going to look it up. Okay, so that's there. That's on. We added the right. So look at how foamy that is. That is nice and foamy, though. First drops are critical. Did that. Added that. Stirred like crazy. And then we got this consistency. We did that. We got that consistency. And then we just let it finish And then we add to the mixture, and then we... Okay, so, all right, so, well, shit. We will add it to the mixture then. We will do it this way. I'm sure there's plenty of sugar to go around here. And I will finish the pot. I missed a step. It may not be as good as it could have been, but it is nice and foamy though. Look how nice and foamy that's become. Wow, that's really cool. All right, so now we'll add to the cup. Yes. And then I'm gonna give it a stir. I think we nailed it. I think we nailed it pretty good, actually. I was a heck of a lot better than yesterday. I got the cream right, the mixture right, everything was in there. I just probably should have just poured it in there rather than going back and forth. That probably would have got a better consistency. But how does it taste? Oh my goodness, that's so good. It's so much better. I'm not just saying that. The right kind of sugar, number one. Number two, the right mixture, getting those first couple drops out of the bieleli, and getting everything mixed up properly. And then the proper extraction of the coffee. That's a properly extracted Moka pot right there, because yesterday it was way too weak, way too under extracted. The coffee was low and slow with cold water is the way to start. Just let it go. It will get there, and you will end up with, oh my gosh. It's just so weird how it plays, because this is even a well extracted Moka pot will taste to me bitter. It doesn't taste bad. Bitter is not bad. Bitter is just a flavor. And this just tastes bitter, with maybe some of the notes they were talking about on the coffee, but mostly it's just very, very strongly flavored coffee. With this and doing the couple of drops at a time and then getting that consistency that I got and that they show in the video, and made for some, it made for a very interesting texture. And then unfortunately I just screwed a step up. I should have just poured it directly into the stuff here and mixed it around and then poured it into the coffee cup. Barring that, I think that this is a very accurate Café Cubano. And I am once again in love with the Moka pot. It is sweet. It is incredibly sweet, but it's not like yesterday where it was unextracted and basically just brown sugar water. This is coffee with this wonderful mixed together sugar device, and I am in love. This is wonderful. Thank you for watching today. I'm so glad I got it as close to right as I can. Especially using up the last of the illy. I was very, very happy to have that and very happy to do that. And it was wonderful that it got up to 30 grams. That's magical. Unicorns exist. Please have a great day if you can. If you can't, try for tomorrow. I'd hate to see you go. We'll talk to you later. Bye.